That was the scene at 9 o'clock this morning. 7 hours later, there's still a lot of people in the shop, but it's nowhere near as busy as it was then. In that time, more than $200,000 worth of stock has been sold.
If it's retail price at $500.54. Here they are, the same as these are in the other 9. Lot number 79, the next lot is $12.50 at $12.50 at $12.50, 15 over here, and 17.5 if you like, sir, at $17.50 at $17.50 at $17.50, all finished and done, and $20 a bid at $20 for the both of them, at $20, all finished and done, $159.
It consists of something like about 25 professional people up here, and we apply their expertise in their knowledge of whether it be meteorology or aircraft dispersion plume work or ground level measurements of sulfur dioxide. We in fact have 5 mobile monitors on the ground which can be deployed in the area so that we can actually determine sulfur dioxide concentrations on the ground so that we can use this in the future development of the valley.
Is this study just happening over this 2 weeks, or is it an ongoing thing?
It's an ongoing study. We have, in fact, since last February, deployed a lot of continuous sites around the valley, and this is an intensive study to supplement that type of work, and in fact we intend to carry out a similar intensive study next February.
The crane has a lifting capacity of 85 tonnes and it can lift up to 23 metres high, and it travels on a runway system which is approximately 200 metres long over the pits for the pumps.
How long have you been constructing it, and what sort of problems will you encounter actually putting it all together on site?
The main problems with putting it together on site, Ray, will be getting mobile cranes large enough to handle the size of the loads that we'll be lifting. We'll be lifting pieces that may weigh up to 100 tonnes, up to 100 feet in the air. And it's the logistic problem of getting enough cranes, enough people in the right spot at the right time to get this all done.
When do you think it will be operational?
We expect that the crane will be delivered to site during October and should be operational around about the Christmas period this year.
all this talk of resource development, and certainly the Labor Party wants to see such development with qualifications. One of the big qualifications is we want to tie secondary industry jobs to that, and that means enormous opportunities for Newcastle.
Where does the Hunter Valley stand in the Labor's plan?
Well, the Hunter Valley has the resources. It's got the coal, it's got the possibility of the power stations, it's got the possibility of the smelters. We've got to look, pardon me, we've got to look in detail as to where these are going to be put. We want to qualify it by getting maximum Australian participation in it. We don't want to be controlled from overseas. But more than anything else, we want more and more of the capital equipment that's going to be used in the construction and going to be used in the continuing operations of such development to be Australian made, because that's where the jobs are. You don't get jobs in the mining industry to the same extent. You don't get jobs in heavily automated smelters to the same extent.
Well, the only thing at this particular stage that I'm concerned about is that the general public don't get confused, because I know at this particular stage that the Western Suburbs Rugby League are a total competition. This approach has been made by the licensed club, of which they have every right to do so, but all we're concerned about is that they should have negotiations with the Mr Humphreys outside the province and the structure of Newcastle Rugby League. And if that is so, well, then the Country League has got to step in and see that the destiny and the future of the Country Rugby League is safeguarded by no further intrusion in the country areas.
Would it be possible for the licensed club to actually field a team outside their own league system?
Yes, it's quite possible if they can get enough money to do so, and they get sponsorship and they get the okay from the special committee which is handling the second division. But it would be against tradition for the New South Wales League, which is the body that's organising this, to deal with anybody outside the province of the Country Rugby League, and in this case the Newcastle Rugby League.
We would anticipate that there would be a most serious crime. For example, it might be called aggravated sexual offence. That would be where the victim has suffered obvious bodily harm, and that crime would attract a maximum sentence. There would then perhaps be a lesser crime where there was no harm to the victim, obvious physical harm, and there would be a minimum sentence prescribed for that. For example, well, we suggest that in some places, media reporting, although not actually publishing the name of a victim, will sometimes give such details as would enable that person to be identified. For example, a 23-year-old school teacher from Belmont would be readily identified in the community, and we suggest that details such as this should be kept out of media reporting.
Most of the teachers you're going to need are going to be tradesmen, and tradesmen are in very strong demand in the Hunter. Are you really hopeful of getting them?
Well, I think we could do, Alison, because our conditions are very good. I know what you're alluding to insofar as money is concerned, but there are other things besides money in a job satisfaction. contributing to this country of ours to make it greater than what it is.
A singing telegram from Mr. Flimflams is here in Newcastle at last. Alderman Joy Cummings, are you sure you're ready for this? Then I'll begin. If you're ready, off I go. The title is A Tune We Croon, to let you know we're now part of Newcastle, and with you we'll grow. Me, torture for all you. Well, hello, Newcastle, from Flimflams, Newcastle, to the hub of Hunter, we've just come to sing, with your fresh sea breeze air, and Aussie's First Lady Lord Mayor. We know there's no place like the show place that you offer here, so singing telegrams has come to the mighty heart of the Hunter, because we class you as one of the big cities, yes. Keep on growing and thriving. We're here to stay and we'll be striving to do our best with our telegrams, like other cities in this fair land. We hope you enjoy the fun that we'll spread around.
Do I have a copy of it?
All the very, very best to Newcastle from, of course, Flimflams singing telegrams.
Oh, thank you very much, and that was well done.
Oh, thank you very much. Well,
Beautifully worded.
if you ever want a job, just give us a ring.
Before you go.
Yes?
Do you take rude telegrams or offensive telegrams, or is it only fun?
Oh no, purely fun. I mean, it's all right if someone wants to sort of have a little bit of a go at someone, but I don't think we're really in the business of abusergrams or anything like that. I don't think that's really right. You know, we'd have to end up hiring fairly big guys to get out there because we'd end up with a lot of blood noses otherwise. No, it's a fun thing there to sort of add pleasure to your leisure, I suppose. That's really what it's all about.